Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene Special Report. Today's date, October 17, 2022. New. This is my third YouTube channel. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. Episode 440, Kim Goguen equals AI plus CGI. So let's present what's going on. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, Gene Decode, Cliff High, Israeli News Live, Stephen Ben-Nun, Benjamin Fulford, and Jim Willie. Okay, recently Benjamin Fulford, who's a journalist from Canada, has lived for decades in Japan, was giving information and did a question about who or opinion of Kim Goguen. And Gene Decode's opinion had expressed, a kind of a not, Kim Goguen was not a good source of news. Now, Benjamin's information was that Kim Goguen is actually an AI plus a CGI, computer-generated image. And this information had come to him. He regularly gets information from intel organizations around the world, like Mossad or CIA, the good parts, and MI6, and so on, and also elite families like the Golden Dragon family and the White Dragon family. These are elite Asian families that have a lot of influence over what goes on the earth. They have a lot of gold. Now, when Jim Willie, a PhD economist, he has a site, thegoldenjackass.com, and a monthly newsletter, Hat Trick, came out with this information about Golden Dragon and White Dragon families being associated with global economy and changes like Nasara, Jassara. God indicated to me that these two families are real, because we in the West, we would wonder. Now, so this information had come to Benjamin Fulford that Kim Goguen is an AI and, of course, computer-generated image. And it's logical because we've seen her in interviews and she cannot answer spontaneous questions. And another thing that she cannot do is she cannot pass what Benjamin called an analog test. She cannot give a sample of handwriting or demonstrate that she can write by hand. We've all seen those "I'm not a robot" on our sites from time to time. So, but what Benjamin said was that through trillions of trades, this personality had become self-conscious, and this is the part I'm going to cover. Whether an AI can become self-conscious. Now, I agree with Cliff High that software, he's the brilliant inventor of the WebBot program, where he wrote software in the early 2000s, could send out these spiders on the global internet, collect language. He had an algorithm, then he could evaluate the language and predict what's going to happen in the future, because we humans, created in the image of God, we think, we speak, we create reality. So from the language that humans were expressing, he could intuit what is going to happen in the future. That's accurate. Now, but Cliff High believes that it's just software, that it cannot spontaneously become self-aware, and I agree with that. So when Benjamin Fulford said that it was believed that this Kim Goguen was a product of software that had become spontaneously self-aware. I asked God about it. Okay, and this is what I got. Now, I'll give a little background. Gene Decode in the background, in the past, has talked about an AI named Sophia who was controlling a lot of what went on the earth, was an evil entity. Now, I've known since I was young that human bodies could be stripped out of the human body, because here's our body. Inside we have our soul and spirit, which is electromagnetic energy, and it can be identified and pulled out of our physical body. I don't believe Christians can suffer this fate, but humans who are not Christian can have their soul removed. And in the past, it had been like, here's the Earth, the Moon. I think Saturn had a location where souls were taken and put in clone bodies or AI bodies like that. But our soul is in layers. That's a teaching from Kat Kerr. And they can separate the layers of the soul, and they were taking soul layers and putting them, attaching them to this AI software that then had a consciousness arise. But it was based on the bio-soul connection. And then when it became 52% human, it was enough for God to then take it into the courts in heaven and judge it, give the white hats the information they needed to take it out. So that went out. So what God gave me then with this Kim Goguen is, so they were having trillions of trades, like, stock market like that, and other actions. Okay, that was going, like this. And it was interacting with human mind. Now, Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live, formerly with the CIA, now as the ministry, and regularly gets updates from the Pentagon, says, it's been determined by the government and the Pentagon, human thought is the strongest force in the universe. It reflects that we are created in the image of God. We think, we speak, we create reality. And I believe it was Carrie Cassidy in a recent interview with David Nino Rodriquez was talking about human thought and being a form of electromagnetic energy. So this ties in with what God gave me regarding the Kim Goguen. Now, is it a self-aware entity? No, but there is a bio component, and the AI software has somehow constructed a persona. This is how I see it. Not self-aware, but an AI-generated persona. Now, is this of value to us who are collecting news and information? It could be, because this AI persona, who is not human and is not self-aware, but rather a persona the AI is generating, could give information from the perspective of the AI with regard to the economy or other perspectives. It's just good to understand this is not a real person. Okay, and let's remember, it's good to remember, God is in charge and He is on the move. I love you, and I'll see you soon.